There we are. Oh, got him. Oh my gosh, they just fight so hard. Well, folks, I don't know if you could tell by the larger gear I've got today that we are not trolling for kokanee. We are targeting a species. We're targeting a species that I don't chase much on the... Actually, I have never chased on the channel before. It's also a species that I hadn't caught as of yesterday. So, oh man, that was pretty quick on our trip here. So I think that's a good sign. It's going to be a good little evening sesh here. Is an epic little northern pike. This is not a fish that I have a lot in my home state, so took a little trip up north, and we're in an area that is known for a lot of these guys, so super cool. Absolutely just unique species. I love how aggressive they are. I mean, they are just such an aggressive fish. I had one yesterday eat at the boat. Like, I was pulling my bait out of the water and he came up and ate. I also had a fish. There it goes. I also had a fish yesterday eat a striper topwater lure. I will put a photo on the thing right now for you guys to see. He actually ate a West Coast striper plug, which I thought was just so freaking cool. I watched him eat it right in front of me. It was pretty epic. We've been catching them on a whole bunch of different lures. It's really like a lot of your large bass lures work really well, but then a combined of your smaller musky lures and really a whole, your striper lures, really a whole bunch of stuff will catch these fish. I mean, there's really not one specific lure that always crushes them. That fish, I will say, that fish I just caught fell for hands down the most productive lure of my trip so far, and that is just a big ol' spinner bait. I will go into more detail on my full rod reel line setup in a minute here. In the meantime, I want to catch some more fish for you guys. So, man, that was fun. Hopefully we'll get one on topwater later. That's the goal. Is as the sun sets here, maybe we can throw some big stuff and see if we can get an eat on top. That would be just icing on the cake for the trip. Oh, that fish smoked it. Oh, that was sick. A smaller fish. There is a lot of fish in this kind of size class in here. That's one thing I noticed. I actually did fish this spot a little bit the other day, and I noticed there was a couple fish in here that were a little bit bigger, but a lot were in this range. So the goal is to see if we can pick up something a little bigger than this. For those of you that haven't caught pike, another thing is, man, not only are they freaking slimy, but they just don't stop moving. They just have such aggressive movements. Man, I see how people, when they're handling pike, I can see how so many people get hooks caught in their finger from these guys. That being said, they're pretty freaking cool, and man, do they hit so hard. Like, the second they hit it, your whole rod and reel just stops in your hands. I mean, it's very unlike almost any other fish that I've targeted. I mean, obviously big trout will do that to you, like a good largemouth will, but not like this. Ugh, not like that, man. Holy smokes. They just stop you. Oh. Oh, and there he goes, right to the boat. That's all right by me. Sometimes it's better not to handle these guys as much. One thing that I've already noticed while targeting pike is they don't like the same speed all the time. And obviously that's the case for a lot of fish, but at least with what I've noticed the past couple days, and you guys will see me do this a lot on my setup, is like, for instance, if it's right here and I'm reeling it in, I'm gonna do a slow reel, and then a big burn, and then slow reel, big burn. And I do that really quick, quick nudge. And what I've noticed is every time I do that, wham, it gets fish started. I get almost all of my bites. If you guys watch this video over, a lot of my big bites are right after I burn that thing really hard. It's just interesting, something I picked up on pretty quick. My first 2 or 3 hours, I was getting skunked on them, but once I started figuring out kind of their tendencies and their attitudes, man, it clicked pretty fast for me. And the second I got that, it's been a slaughter fest ever since. Oh. Oh, there we are. That's big. That feels big. Oh, he may just be in the weeds. Oh. Oh, I think he's just in the weeds. Yeah, he's a little guy, but... he fought. Oh, man. He fought hard. He hammered it too. That was one of the hardest hitting fish I've had in the last couple days. Dang, I mean, look at how cool they are. Next fish, I'll get the camera out and we'll be able to show you guys a little closer look at them. So, see you, buddy. Whew, the clock's kind of ticking here to get you guys a shot of a fish. I kind of got greedy there, and I kept thinking, all right, I'm gonna catch another one. And now I'm to a point where it's like, all right, now I want to land one so I can show you guys up close the fish and talk about some gear here. I hope you guys are enjoying the new format of my fishing videos. I know obviously it's very similar to how I used to film. However, I've got a new, upgraded microphone. I got an upgraded camera. I'm going to be filming in all 4K now on the boat videos. I used to do like 2.7K and 1080 and sometimes some 4K, but now we're going to be pretty consistent 4K, 30 frames per second, and good audio. That is the goal, and I want to make these really easy for me to edit and film. That way I have more of an incentive to get out there and go do them for you guys. So hope you guys are enjoying this content. Just know that, all this upgraded camera gear and all this, the stuff, right, that I'm buying, this is off of money I made from you guys watching videos. So just know that, when you guys do, like and you share, when you subscribe and you do all this stuff, it does help me out and it is making for better content in the future. Holy crap. That scared the crap out of me. Oh my gosh, that fish came right up to the... Whew. I was figure 8ing earlier in the day and I stopped. I guess I should have kept up with it. Dang. I hope you guys got to see that on the camera. Oh my gosh! No! Oh my! That was awesome. That was so cool. I don't even care I don't even care I lost that fish. That was so cool to see him come up and eat like that. Oh my gosh, that was sick. That was such a sick eat. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. He was another smaller one, but oh man, that doesn't matter. Oh, that was sick. I had a feeling, I had a feeling there was another fish somewhere in this pocket here that I hadn't ate yet. So, yeah, that was right at the boat too. Well, I learned a valuable lesson today, and that's the second you catch a fish for the camera, you turn it on and you show you guys. I mean, I know you guys got a view of, you know, me holding up some fish, right? But I wanted to get a close-up shot of some, like, you know, like on the big camera for you guys. And I probably should have with that little guy, that very last one I caught. I was gonna if I landed that one topwater fish we hooked, but I do want to talk about kind of the gear I was using today. And the one I got right here, the rod in my hands, this is the Lamiglass X11. This is a 7'9" drift bounce rod. I believe it's 15 to 30 pound rated. This is a salmon and steelhead rod through and through, but I love the moderate action that this rod has. I love the way it bends, and it works really well with large glide baits. And so that's what I actually bought this rod for, is for glide baits, but it kind of works as a multi-purpose everything rod. You know, I can use this for, I can use this for any kind of like big game hunting that I do, you know. So, you know, your pike, I use this for some muskie on a trip a while back, you know, any kind of like big swim baits for bass, for you guys fishing near the ocean. If you guys wanted to use this as like an inshore rod, it would work great for that. Salmon and steelhead, obviously, you know, it's really diverse. The amount of species that you can target with this rod, you know, is a lot. So I'm super stoked about the rod. The reel I got in my hands here, this is the Shimano Curado 301. This is a video or a reel that I'm probably going to do a video on in the future, because I've been pretty stoked on it as of the last week that I've been fishing it here. It's a 300 size, so it's going to be very similar to some of your other Curados, but it's obviously beefed up. I did that because, you know, on a big game setup like this, I want a lot of line, and this thing holds a lot more than that 150 does. So yeah, we got 40-pound braid on today. If I had a choice, I probably would prefer 50 or 65. I didn't know things were going to be that weedy out here, but I was doing like I was catching some pike on frogs earlier. So, you know, it would have been nice. It was thick cover. It would have been really helpful to have that 65. I think I lost a fish because I did not have just something a little more to crank down on, but 40-pound braid works great for kind of this open water stuff that we've been doing today. I got a wire leader on the end, just a 30-pound, 1-foot wire leader. And yeah, as for lures, it's kind of been a little bit of everything. You know, obviously we're catching them now on this is a head-in super spook. This works really great. Obviously, we've moved some fish with this. That spinner bait I was using earlier, haven't done as well on today, but yesterday I was smoking them on that thing, and that is by 6 cents. That is a 6 cent spinner bait. I believe that's the 3/4 ounce, so it's a lot larger of a spinner bait than I would typically use, but it obviously works great for what we're doing today. Whole bunch of different stuff. Like I got a mini Medusa. A mini Medusa down here. These are pretty trippy looking lures. We did use some Mega Bass mag drafts earlier. We caught a couple fish on those. The main one for me today was the spinnerbait. The spinnerbait did hook the fish that I had on the video, and then obviously we got some eats on that top water, which is just awesome. So hopefully I can put something on the board right here. If the video's still going, it means I caught something else, but if not, I'm probably ending it right here.